2.0. So what the iPower 2.0 is an intelligent power system that manages all the machine functions into one. So we're taking advantage of the tilt sensor, we're taking advantage of where the scissor stack is, what grade the machine is on, what position the joystick is at where the operator wants to drive. We combine all that and it tells the machine what to do and how to do it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is driving. So everything is about safety and battery longevity or duty cycle. So your traditional machines will start off when you drive about 200 amps. So it consumes a lot of battery power. So what we've done is we've taken, and now our machines will take off at about 80 amps and progressively go faster. So what I'm going to show you is how fast the machine will take off, and then it'll progressively go faster. So we're going to take off in a high torque situation, and then switch over to high speed. So I'm full joystick reverse. You can hear how the machine's ramping up in speed. We'll do it again going forward. So as that machine starts moving forward, you can hear the wheel motors turn faster and faster. That's going from a high torque switching to a high speed automatically. That's one thing we do. The next thing is in lifting, we apply the same principle. So the machine will start off slow and then progressively go faster. Do it again. So it's about 1.5 to 2 seconds. So it'll start off really slow, get some momentum going, and then apply more power. Again, it's all about saving battery power. So the next thing about iPower 2.0, again, saving battery power, is steering. So steering is traditionally the most consumer of battery power.
Sure, yep.
In a hydraulic system, steering will be about 3,000 or 3,500 pounds per square inch of pressure. Lift will be about 1,500 and drives about 1,200. So it gives you an idea. So it's usually 2 times more than anything else. So what we've done is taken the steering, which usually consumes 180 to 220 amps every time you turn it, and we've taken it down to 45 amps when it's stowed or stopped, and then 22 amps when you're driving. I'll show you that now. So there's the machine sitting still. You can see the steering is nice and smooth, and we're on carpet. It makes it difficult. As I drive the machine, the steer, as you can see now, goes slower. Much slower. When I'm stopped, it's much faster. So the principle there is when you're operating the machine, driving it forward, you're always hitting steering because you're overcorrecting.
Correct.
Every time you do that, you're hitting the system with about 200 amps. Now when we're driving, we're hitting the system about 22 to 25 amps maximum. So that's a huge amount of power savings. So our competitors are generally 800%, 800% more battery consumption than we are steering.
Wow.
Okay. So now let's talk about elevated speed. So I'm going to raise the machine slightly and get it to the elevated drive speed mode. So now we're elevated. So now the machine is going to default to a slow speed, which I'll show you here. For the people. So you can see how slow it is going backwards, nice and slow, and you can see now the steering is yet even slower. Very slow. So the steering now is this. When the machine is all the way down and not moving, it's at 50% value of the motor RPM. When the machine is moving and stowed, it's at 10% value of the motor RPM. When I'm elevated and stowed, or elevated and stopped, it's at 30% value. When I'm elevated and driving, it's at 5% value. Okay? That's a big, big power savings.
Yeah, really.
Now we've added a new feature called creep speed. And this is new to the industry. No one's done this yet. So when we're elevated, the machines default to 0.8 kilometers an hour during elevation. When it's stowed, this machine is about 3.5 kilometers an hour. Big difference. So now I'm going to show you elevated drive speed, which is 0.8 kilometers an hour, nice and smooth. So let's say the operator is in a situation where he's next to glass or he's up in tight ducking, and even that speed's a little too fast. So now we've added creep mode. So now we can depress the turtle button, and now the drive is going to be even slower. So that's now max drive speed.
Wow.
And as you can see, the steering's even slower yet. So it allows the operator to precisely position the machine where he needs to be without the chance of running into something.
That's nice.
Okay. Okay. Now, Another thing about iPower 2.0 is we've eliminated a lot of mechanical devices. For example, we no longer have limit switches on the scissor stack. They're all gone. So we're using a dual acting angle transducer here that measures the position of the scissor stack, and it's redundant. So that switch actually has two switches inside of it. So if one fails, the other one will pick it up and then send a signal to the machine saying there's a fault.
Yep.
So there's no more limit switches that are constantly going out of adjustment or being manipulated to make the machine unsafe. Those are gone. The next thing is inside the cabinet door. You'll see here that there is 0 relays. So anything from GMG with iPower has absolutely no relays on the machine whatsoever.
100% nothing.
100% nothing. We only have one line contactor, that's the main contactor. Before, you usually have a steering line contactor and maybe a couple of lifting contactors. Those are gone as well. Half the wiring is now gone because we made it simple. The tilt sensor is gone. So anything that we feel would be an item of maintenance, we get rid of. So what we've done is put everything down here into our iPower 2.0 box. So that box is the same box from 1930 all the way up to 4646. It's all interchangeable.
That's nice.
And that has a program of what that machine is. So that machine can be an Australian, CE, ANSI, Canadian, doesn't matter. It's the same program loaded in. We just turn that program on based on where the machine is at. Okay? The nice thing there is that part is about the third of the price of our competitors' black box. Everybody runs a black box, so we price our parts in a manner where they're not expensive, so if you do have a failure, it's affordable to replace. And it's 2-year warranty. Okay. Another thing you see here is this is a hydraulic system. It's not much. We have 4 hoses, 2 for steer, 2 for lift, and that's it. Okay. Now with your iPower, everything on the machine is adjustable. So I can adjust. The machine just told me that the door was open. Close the door. So I can adjust every function on the machine. I can adjust for lift speed, lower speed, obviously steering speed, drive speed. I can adjust the height of the machine. So if the customer has a 10-meter machine and they want to go up 9 meters, we can make the machine a 9-meter machine just by turning on different functions.